The idea could work, but I don't think it worked as well here as it could have. The flower doesn't seem to be in focus. I don't think that the lighting is real complementary, and there's a lot of things that you probably could do different to improve the image.
Frozen. $21.
This is a cute picture of a little girl. It'd be great for your Christmas card or something. She's positioned well in the frame. It's a great exposure. Kind of distracting elements. I mean, obviously this, is part of the picture, but and part of what you're going for. But for a competition shot, I think the real image is in here. And you don't want to be. This is like I say, this would be a great shot for a postcard or your Christmas card or whatever. But for a competition, I think you want to focus in more on the main subject here.
Washington, D.C. $25.
Well exposed image, well placed subject. We're just a little dark in the foreground trees. We could have gotten a little bit lighter on these, would have added a little more punch and impact. And I don't actually know if the ones to the side actually add anything to the image at all, but well exposed.
Buttermilk Creek. $27.
Good technique as far as slowing down your speed there, blurring that or smoothing that water out. That is done very well. Not too much, not too little. Very good exposure. I don't see really where there's a lot of hot spots or any problems there, so taken at the right time of day or well managed.
Could you explain how you smooth out the water?
Can you?
How do you do it?
Well, I think we've covered that before, Jack. I don't think we need to cover that now. Next.
Morning Rain. $24.
Interesting approach, shooting this flower upside down like this. Certainly very creative. You've got a lot of negative space up here, and what bothers me most about this is you've got a lot of extra space up here, but you're crowding the frame down here. This is almost touching here. You just got a lot of you're crowding the frame here, and you got a lot of extra space up here. There's no reason you couldn't have cropped this up here and left more room down below. It just looks like the flower is crowded in when there was no need to do it because you got all this space up here.
Needlework. $25.
The exposure's right on. Your focusing is dead on. All of the needles are actually sharp. which is surprising.
More ways than one.
Yeah, okay. In the context of the image capture, the needles are sharp. It's surprising for the number of needles that are there to get that amount of sharpness in that image. Very well done.
Fun with color. $24.
Nice abstract. Not completely centered, which is good. I think that the lighting and the way that it was exposed is a pleasing, kind of a happy kind of photo of abstract.
Looks like 25.
Ghastly Ruins by Sarah Gear.
There's only one.
Fall Reflections by Bonnie White. Buttermilk Creek by Gerald Meredith. Red-tailed Hawk in Yellowstone by Patty Larson.
It should be the 29 in the corner. The 29. Oh,
No, there's two.
229. So, Looney Flight by Brian Birchetold. And Otherworldly by John Misterovich.
Now, before we turn the lights on, is there anyone that has any questions about something that was talked about tonight or something that was mentioned? Is there anybody who would like to ask any questions about any of the images?
Actually, I do have a question.
Yes.
I know like on mine, like the Ghastly Ruins, I think it was, is it Tom?
Yeah.
I think you said something about being too hot on top. I don't understand how to fix that and not mess with the other parts. You know what I mean?
HDR exposed for your highlights.
Yeah, an HDR where you would take, bring the image up. Yeah, you could, you'd have to do several exposures. Do you know what HDR is?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, you would expose for the shadows and expose for the highlights
Okay.
and expose for the mid-range and then combine all those in an HDR program.
Okay.
You could do it that way. In this case, even a split neutral density filter would work, which is a neutral density filter that's darkens only half of it. It goes on the front of your lens, only darkens half of
Okay, but
the.
what if you have a camera that you can't screw other lenses onto?
No, it's not a lens, it's a filter.
Oh, I mean a filter, I mean.
Well, you can hold this one's square.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, you can
okay,
hold
I
it-
didn't
just hold it
know.
in front of the
Yeah.
camera.
It's a
just
Copen filter.
just a filter that would reduce
No,
the.
because then you would have darkened the left and right in front. And
Well, that's true.
you'd have to HDR it.
You dark in the middle also.
The suggestion I would make,
Wait.
in elements, there's two ways you could fix it. You could use shadows and highlights, and don't mess with the shadow. You could brighten the shadows a little bit to get those corners, but then when you do the highlight slider, that would bring that center down. And the other way would be to make a selection and bring that down that way.
Yeah, the problem is though, if you've blown out your highlights, no software will bring them back.
Yeah.
The camera can't bring back highlights, so you have to take several exposures at different brackets. Do you understand that?
if I remember correctly, I mean, that was pretty much the lighting itself when I took
Yeah.
the picture. I mean, because it's such an old structure.
But the
I mean,
camera
electric pen.
sensor
Yeah,
can't
electric
capture
pen.
the entire range of light.
Yeah.
Sensors don't capture all that.
Sarah, you're not into using any kind of Photoshop or anything yet, though, are you?
No, I mean, I have
Because you're
Corel.
brand new.
Yeah, I have Corel, but I have no clue how to use it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I'm just like lost between, yeah.
I actually have, I think that exact picture,
Oh, do you?
and I did use HDR,
Did
and it
you?
worked.
Well, at the time, I had no clue
But the
what the heck
problem when I
HDR
saw
was.
it was, oh my God, it's so light up there, what
Right.
do you do with it? So sometimes these kind of pictures are just hard to get.
A lot of, if it's like even a point and shoot type camera, it might have HDR built in, might do
Yeah.
HDR in camera.
Even an iPhone
iPhone
does.
does it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I know my.
but the
iPhone
point is
was
that
way
you've
beyond
got
anything
a
like
beautiful composition there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Composition's
that is
very
a
good.
gorgeous
Yeah,
shot,
that is-
and you've got a really good eye, and you've just nailed it. It's just those little details that make it, you know, that would take it to a 30.
But you're going to learn all that because you're going to stay in the club forever and you're going to learn all this.
Yeah.
And she'll be president someday.
And you'll be president,
Wait, who's gonna buy the software for me? I'll take the free software.
And there's another technique you can use if you got long enough exposure, is paint it with a flashlight.
Paint it with a flashlight, yeah.
Can't with how what?
Well, you would hold a flashlight and paint these areas so that they,
No.
but
Then you
you'd have
blow
to have
out-
a long exposure.
You really blow it out.
Depends on your
Yeah.
exposure.
Well, actually, those areas were lighter in the back, but I kinda darkened a little bit because I was trying to just tweak it a little bit because the one photo just made it everything too bright. It didn't give it that ghostly look like it originally was when I took the picture. I didn't wanna lose that.
Did you shoot that in RAW?
Do you use RAW, Sarah, or do you use JPEGs? When you're shooting, is your camera set on RAW?
I have a Nikon E510.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
No, I think it's JPEG.
yeah.
I don't
Then
think
you
She-
can't bring it
She's
back.
brand new to this, girls and boys.
Why
Let's
is
not be too
beautiful
rough.
shot?
I just point and shoot.
She's
Yes.
doing so well.
But you're doing well.
Yeah, I just point and
Don't
shoot.
give up, because you're doing good. I mean, these are just all these techniques you gotta learn.
Me too.
Yeah. Is there anybody else who has an image they need to talk about or would like to talk about? Or have a question on? Well, thank you very much. Who's got the 50-50?